Earthquakes, tsunamis, storms, floods and droughts. Hardly a year goes by when a major disaster doesn't make the headlines. But what happens when a disaster unfolds? How does help arrive? And when is aid money raised? Imagine it's 2 a.m. A massive earthquake rocks a major town in a developing country. Buildings are flattened, roads are blocked by rubble. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people are killed. Many more have been made homeless. Yet it's local people who are typically the first to rescue others in their community. Meanwhile, the media start beaming images of the devastation, alerting the public at home and abroad to the disaster. The national government must request foreign assistance in order for international aid agencies to respond. The NGO's first priority is to get their staff to the disaster zone, to work out the location of the people most in need, whether they can be reached easily, what they need, and what supplies are available. The United Nations begins coordinating aid agencies to provide water and sanitation, food, shelter, and healthcare. Another big player is the Red Cross, which uses thousands of volunteers to distribute food, tents, kitchen utensils, and other relief items. By this time, NGOs, the Red Cross, and the UN may have all launched separate appeals for funding. Sometimes they issue one joint appeal. Most international aid comes from governments, but there are exceptions. The 2004 tsunami left governments scrambling to catch up with an outpouring of donations from individuals and businesses. This is when some of the obstacles to delivering aid become clear. In 2005, a massive earthquake struck Pakistan's remote mountainous Kashmir region. Most of the aid had to be delivered by helicopter because roads were destroyed and valleys cut off. Cyclone Nargis killed more than 140,000 people in Myanmar in 2008 and caused widespread devastation. But there were delays in getting aid to the country because its military rulers initially resisted large-scale international help. 2 years later, Haiti suffered its worst earthquake ever. Several aid agencies complained that they couldn't land their planes at the only international airport in Port-au-Prince. In hunger crises, large amounts of food aid have to be bought locally or shipped in from other places. This takes time, so even though distribution may start quite quickly, supplies can take weeks to reach people in need. Depending on the scale of the disaster, the emergency phase can last up to a year before the country starts to rebuild.